Welcome back to our next purpose, third grade. Let's read our I can statements at the top of this slide. I can reread to make sure I understand. I can determine the author's point of view. Here's our essential question of the week. How can people help animals survive? We will be thinking about this question as we reread our text today to determine the author's point of view. So to do, you will watch this mini lesson. You will read and record Protecting the Islands. You will have tomorrow to finish. Then you will complete your workbook page, November 18th, Wednesday and Thursday, author's point of view. How do I identify the author's point of view? Well, we're going to think about what the author thinks and feels about a topic. What key details show how the author thinks? What key details show how the author feels? Let's read our I can statements to get our brain focused on our purpose. I can reread to make sure I understand. I can identify the author's point of view. Again, as we're rereading our text, we will be thinking about this essential question. How can people help animals survive? This question will guide us to identifying key details that will help us determine the author's point of view. Let's go back into the text, Kids to the Rescue. As we go back and reread Kids to the Rescue, we are going to be thinking about our key details. We will then come back and organize them on our graphic organizer. We will organize 3 different key details, and then we will determine what the author's point of view is. You will then do this on your graphic organizer for your guided reading book. Let's reread this section, Saving the Sea Turtles. And if we go back into our text, we can help ourselves remember what is our essential question that's going to help guide us to finding key details. How can people help animals survive? Okay, how can people help animals survive? Saving the sea turtles. Olivia and Carter recognized how big the problem was. The turtles needed help. First, they made a thoughtful plan. Okay, I have a subject, Olivia and Carter. And I'm asking myself, how can people help animals survive? Well, it looks like people need to recognize that there's even a problem. And Olivia and Carter recognize that turtles need help. So they made a plan. That is an important key detail. I'm going to take that key detail and record it on my graphic organizer so I can organize my thoughts. I just reread the text and I asked my question, my essential question, how can people help animals survive? And I identified an important detail. Olivia and Carter, here are my subjects. And so what about my subjects? Recognize that turtles need help, so they developed a plan. Let's go back into our text and continue to ask ourselves, how can people help animals survive? Remember, third grade, I'm thinking, how can people help animals survive? That's going to help me to identify key details. Then they is taking the place of Olivia and Carter, called a rescue group in New Orleans. They found out that the workers needed useful cleaning supplies and wipes. Next, the kids asked friends, relatives, and people in their town to help. They told them how the donations would help remove oil from the turtles. Olivia and Carter collected supplies for 4 months. So this is how people are helping animals survive. They found out what they needed. They needed supplies. The kids asked people for donations. Olivia and Carter collected supplies for 4 months. This is how people are helping to save animals. This key detail is answering our essential question, which will help us to determine the author's point of view. Let's record this on our graphic organizer. Okay, we're going to record our key detail. Olivia and Carter collected supplies to help the turtle. This key detail answers our essential question. How can people help animals survive? Let's go back into the text to find one more key detail. Then we can reread our key details to determine what the author thinks and feels about our topic. Let's read on. They rode with their parents to New Orleans. They carried the supplies with them. Then the kids watched caretakers clean hundreds of sea turtles. With the help of many people, the turtles were soon spotless. Olivia and Carter's plan worked. It was a huge success. Right here, Olivia and Carter's plan worked. It was a huge success. That shows that people helped save the animals. Let's record that key detail. Here's our last key detail. Their plan was a huge success. So how can people help animals survive? By making a plan and implementing it so it's a huge success. This key detail answers our essential question. As a good reader and writer, we can reread our key details to now determine the author's point of view. Olivia and Carter recognized that turtles need help, so they developed a plan. Olivia and Carter collected supplies to help the turtle. Their plan was a huge success. The author's point of view is that Olivia and Carter were heroes to the animals. So the author thinks that Olivia and Carter were heroes. He feels that they are important, that they're heroes to the animals. These details support that Olivia and Carter are heroes to the animal. They recognized that turtles needed help. They developed a plan. They collected supplies. Their plan was a huge success. So 3rd grade, today when you are reading, you are going to reread to answer your essential question. This will help you to identify 3 key details. You will reread your 3 key details to determine your author's point of view, what the author thinks and feels about the topic that you're reading about. Okay, 3rd grade, enjoy reading.